Good evening, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Railer Basketball. It's time for the Josh Komnick, Growl Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. I'm your host, Josh Komnick, and we're on the road in Clinton as the Railers get ready to take on the Lions from Lanphier. In just a moment, I'll be joined by Scott Kirby as we break down tonight's matchup. We thank you for joining us on the home of every Lincoln Railer contest this season, WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Once again, Railer fans, thanks for joining us here from Clinton High School, the Clinton Maroons here in Clinton, Illinois, getting set for regional action. The opening night for the Railers in regional play. The Railers coming to the contest 24-4 on the season. They'll be taking on the Lions from Lanphier High School with a record of 16-15 on the season. They were winners last night over the host school, the Clinton Maroons, by a score of 70-53. Both teams out on the court right now. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the warm-ups. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Boys Class 3A Regional here at Clinton High School in Clinton, Illinois. And set for the Railers and the Lions from Lanphier High School. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby. You're in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center pregame show. Scott, two teams facing off here that are have been familiar with each other up until the last couple of years. The Railers 24-4 on the season. Lanphier comes into the contest 16-15 on this season. They were 9-8 in the Central State. Of course, the Railers 11-1 in conference play, and these two teams have had a past, a rivalry, I would say, almost. I think Lanphier was probably right there. If you had a rivalry in the Central State 8, it was built with Lanphier with the success that they had over the years as both teams were in the Central State 8. And now getting back to it. And, it'll be interesting to see here in regional play. Remember a couple years ago where, that year that we went to got second in state, I think they were, we were 1, they were 2, we were 2, they were 1. Vice versa back at that Lobernica that one year. I remember that game where it was sold out, I think, even before the sophomore game had started. Of course, that big crowd that was at Roy S. that year when the Railers took care of Lanphier and then on to that second place state appearance. And going to be a fun one here tonight. Yeah,
and like you said, Josh, they do. They have a past, and they've kind of been our thorn in our side the past, few years, in the regionals where, they've beat us. So, this record tonight, 16-15, that's very deceiving on the kind of team they have now. They've had some players hurt and suspended at the beginning of the season. Now they're back to full strength, and they're a very solid basketball team, and the Railers going to have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, they will, and of course you said that 16-15 record, probably not a team that you want to see, I don't think, if you're Coach Alexander. Obviously you're going to start to see good basketball teams when you in the regional, but the first night out in the regional, an athletic 16-15 Lanphier team, and you got to think that they have a little bit of an idea of what the Railers do, although some of these guys haven't seen the Railers for a while, this being Lanphier with some younger players that they have, but going through the Central State 8, they were at the Pekin Holiday Tournament with good competition, so this will be a far cry from an opening round easy win for the Railers here tonight. Again, the Railers 24-4 on the season. The Lions from Lanphier at 16-15. Here from Clinton, Illinois. And Scott, we know the Railers have not played as of late their best basketball, coming off a 43-30 loss this past Friday by the hands of the Wildcats from Normal West.
Yeah, and that's I don't know, our shooting woes have kicked in. Hopefully we got those out of our system and just had a hard time finding the basket. And I think we've always struggled over at Normal West, though, shooting. I don't know if it's just because of the type of gym, the background. I don't know. But, the Railers probably had one of their worst shooting nights of the season Friday at Normal West. But, that means nothing now. And now you're in regionals. And, the loser goes home. And obviously the winner advances to Friday.
Exactly right. Everybody is win or go home in high school basketball in Illinois as 4A gets their regionals underway. The 1 and 2 are going towards sectionals here this week, so you better be playing your best basketball right now, and that's what Coach Alexander is hoping for his Railers. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the warm-ups. We're going to take a break. We'll be back from Clinton High School here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
parking lot. I apologize, I don't have any more information than that. If you drove the black truck here and you feel it might be yours, you might want to go outside and check it out. Otherwise, I'm happy to jump you afterwards. Again, that is a black truck in the parking lot with possible lights on.
Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby here in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. Getting set for the Lions and the Railers here from Clinton High School in the opening round of the 2019 Class 3A Boys Regional. As we said, Lanphier was a winner in the, I guess, 4 or 5 matchup, as you want to call it, here as our regional section or regional sub. Here they were winners last night over the host school, Clinton, the Maroons from Clinton High School, by a score of 70-53. Last night they were led in scoring by Larry Hemingway. Larry Hemingway had 23 points. He was 4 of 6 from three-point land. Also, their stud in the middle, Carl Wright, had 16 points to go, along with Ty Banks. He had 15 points and 13 rebounds. The Railers are led in scoring, like they have been all season, by Mr. Caden Froby. Froby comes in the contest at 15 points per game. Jermaine Hamlin, the 6'10 senior, right behind him with 13 points. Ewald with 9, Whiteman and Singleton follow those guys up with 7 points apiece. For the 24-4 Railers, 16-15 mark for Lanphier. Scott, I tried to find a couple of common opponents for the Railers and Lanphier on the season. Of course, we played Eisenhower one of the, I think it was the last game of the season, Lo. Was that senior night at home?
Yep.
We took care of Eisenhower pretty handily. During the season, Lanphier lost to Eisenhower by a score of 61-55 back on the 14th of December, but then they regained that with a big win over Indicator about a month from then, 83-57. So both teams had played Eisenhower. Both teams won, although Lanphier took one loss to them. So you talk about the Railer struggles as of late. I don't know if it was a struggle to lose to Taylorville. That night we played Taylorville at Roy S., or a struggle against Normal West, but pretty much everything was wrapped up at that point for both teams. So we like to think, or I guess if we're going to give our guys an excuse, we didn't have a whole lot to play for, but of course that's not an excuse to come out and play the way we did against Normal West. So interesting to see how we do tonight. As you said, win or go home here, and a bad night from the perimeter, a bad night all around sends you back home to Lincoln.
Yeah, and I think tonight we just focus on, in the paint points. It doesn't look like Lanphier's, a real high percentage shot from the outside. So look for them to get to the rim.
Yeah, we'll see what Lanphier does defensively against the Railers. If they'll try and go man-to-man, their biggest guy that I know of that will play is Carl Wright. They've got him at 6'7", but not near the size that Jermaine poses for the Lions. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show. After word from our sponsors, Scott and I'll be back here in Clinton to bring you the play-by-play action as Lincoln takes on Lanphier. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Josh Komnick, Ground Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to Clinton High School this evening. We have some fantastic varsity boys basketball action coming up for you. Tonight's contest in regionals action will be played by, for the sake of this game, the visiting Lanphier Lions. And for the sake of this game, the home team, the Lincoln Railsplitters. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
fans, and welcome to another broadcast of Lincoln Raider Basketball. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNsports.com are pleased to bring you this evening's contest from Clinton High School as the Railers take on the Lions from Springfield Lanphier High School. Good evening, everyone. This is Scott Kirby alongside Josh Komnick. We are ready to bring you all of tonight's regional action. We'd like to wish a good evening to all of our listeners around the world listening via 96.3 FM, WLCNsports.com, or on the Mixler app. Right now is we have starting lineups going on as Josh Komnick will have those for you.
Yeah, first out for the Lions from Lanphier was a 6'3 junior, number 2, Jaden Snodgrass. A 6'7 senior forward, whereas the number 3 is Carl Wright. Larry Hemingway is a 5'10 senior guard, wears the number 4. At one guard, 5'10 and a sophomore is 15, Makai Rose. And the fifth starter for the Lions from Lanphier is a 6'3 freshman, number 23, Ty Banks. For the head coach of the Lanphier Lions is Mr. Blake Turner. Now the Railers will go as advertised as they had all season long. Scott, first out for them is number 2, a 6-foot junior forward, Cameron Whiteman. At one guard for the Railers, number 3, a 5'10 sophomore, Dylan Singleton. The Railers' leading scorer, 6'2 junior, number 5, Caden Froby. At one forward, a 6'3 junior, number 23, Will Ewald. And the round out the starters for the Railers is 6'10 senior, number 34, Jermaine Hamlin.
Tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Jim Examus Ford Lincoln. Move up to an all-new Lincoln at Jim Examus Ford Lincoln on Lincoln's west side. The new 2019 Lincoln MKZs, MKCs, Nautiluses, and Navigator Reserves have arrived, along with special discounts attached. There's no better time than now to put you behind the wheel of luxury. Give Ellen Ackerman or Brad Centers a call at Jim Examus on Lincoln's west side. Phone 217-732-2111 and let them put you in a new ride with that tax refund. As we get to set for the tip, it's Hamlin going up strong and Singleton grabs it. Lincoln with the first possession of this regional matchup here in Clinton, Illinois.
Yeah, looks like almost a matchup zone here for Lanphier. Nice battle underneath early. Froby with the three.
Three off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to number 4. That's Hemingway. He was the leading scorer last night as the Lanphier Lions beat the hometown Clinton Maroons to advance to tonight's contest.
Yeah, then typical zone offense for Lanphier. 2-1-2 with Carl Wright, their 6'7 athletic stud in the middle. And Jermaine will have to be well aware of him inside.
There's a 3 by Snodgrass, no good. Rebound comes down to number 23. That's Banks. Now they try to get it down low, but Froby's there, but it's off his hands, out of bounds. Going to stay with the Lions on their own baseline.
Man, nice looking player there. 23 is Ty Banks, a 6'3 freshman. You can see from here, not a freshman body on that young man. Going to be you're going to be listening to that name around the Springfield area for a while.
No score. Just a minute has gone by in this opening quarter as the Lions was a jump shot by Wright. No good. Rebound to Banks. He puts it back up and good. And that's something we're going to have to watch, Josh. Second chance points and eliminate those offensive rebounds.
Well, they were too early. Both of them were to Ty Banks, the freshman. So he was able to find some gaps against the 1-2-2 and the rebounds, and that's a trouble point for the Railers.
Railers moving around. Froby, he'll pull up for a jumper. Off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound. Back up, no good. Rebound comes down. But Froby steals it away. Back up off the backboard and good.
Yeah, and it just stays with it. You know, it's a couple shots missed for Froby, but he kept with it. Getting a couple offensive rebounds. Now a tip away by Singleton.
Singleton with the tip. He's going to go up off the backboard. Foul by number 15. That's Rose. His first, team first. Singleton will go to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, and you can't jump over these guys. They've got some spring in their legs, and the Railers are going to have to find a way to box out and put some bodies on some guys, because right now early it was Banks without any contact to him. A couple offensive rebounds and a score. Then a nice tip away by Singleton to lead to the 2 free throws. Dylan, a 71% free throw shooter on the season.
This is his first. Why'd you get quiet there? Just don't.
Yeah, and this is a great crowd by Lincoln, too. I got here about 6. I was expecting to be one of the only ones in the crowd, and this was about half full, and it's full on our side.
Full capacity
I
over
think
here.
some Railer fans even ventured over onto the other side.
Singleton makes his second.
Dillon 1 of 2 from the line. The Railers up now 3-2. Start the first here.
Lanphier gets it across. Passing around. Rose has it up top. He's guarded by Singleton. He'll go over to Snodgrass.
Yeah, Snodgrass, a transfer from SHG, I believe, and a player that has done well for them this year.
Get it down low to Wright. He puts it up and good. Carl Wright with his first basket of the night. The Lions take the lead 4-3. 5:50 to go in the first as the Railers get it over quickly. That's Froby back to Singleton. Now he'll spin around, get it over to Ewald. Ewald thinks about a 3, but pulls it back out. Now Whiteman.
Yeah, Froby got it right where you don't want to get it, right across the timeline in that trapping zone, and looks like Lanphier really looking to trap tonight.
Whiteman for a 3 off the rim, no good. Ewald chases it down, but it's going to be off of Lanphier as it looked like Banks hit it out of Ewald's hands. It will be Railer basketball.
Really been a tale already of offensive rebounding. Now Ewald with 1 there, and Banks with a couple on the other end, and Froby with a couple on our end. So neither team rebounding the ball very well.
Railers down by 1. There's an alley-oop by Hamlin. Gets it, slams it, and the Railers take the lead back 5-4.
Yeah, Jermaine, and a nice lob pass there by the Railers. Good set coming out of the dead ball by the Railers, and beautiful pass to Jermaine.
There's a jumper from Hemingway, up and good.
Hemingway's the guy that had 23 for him last night, 4 of 6 from 3. Hemingway just a step inside the three-point line on that 2-pointer.
Lions back up by 1. Raiders with the basketball. Froby dribbles, now kicks it back out. They'll swing it around. Singleton, he'll pull up for a jumper from the side. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound. And Hamlin had the rebound, but it was lost, and Froby comes out with it as the Railers get it across. Railers down by 1, 4:30 to go in the first. They'll work it around. Froby up top over to Whiteman. Now back to Froby up top. He'll dribble left, hand off to Ewald, who will pull it back out. Picked up his dribble, now to Singleton.
Yeah, I got Dillon working that free throw line where they normally do against the zone, and Railers got to get in that gap. There's
Froby
one.
dribble up, off the backboard, no good. Hamlin tried to get it, but couldn't grab it, and Hemingway comes away with it. As he's guarded by Singleton, he'll get it up to Banks. Banks, alley-oop to Wright. He gets an alley-oop of his own. And now Lanphier up by 3 with 3:58 to go in the first. Ewald dribbles up off the backboard. Good. Foul by Banks. Count the bucket. Ewald will go to the line for the and 1.
Yeah, nice drive by Ewald too, and that's a foul on Carl Wright, his first. So the big man underneath for the... No, it wasn't against. I'm sorry. It was against Ty Banks, 23, his first. Second team foul on the Lions. Railers yet to foul. Short.
Ewald makes his free throw, ties it up at 8, 3:48 to go in the first.
The Railers got to get a couple stops, here in a row, Scott, where we've been able to. Right now, Lions coming down. They've been able to get a couple offensive rebounds. You've got to keep this team to 1 opportunity per possession.
All tied up at 8. Lions with the basketball. They'll work it around. That's Hemingway. Gets it down to Wright. He'll spin, and he's going to get called for the travel.
Yeah, Carl didn't believe it was a travel, but he reversed spin.
It, so it had to be.
They've got Wright on the block, and they've got Banks at the free throw line with 3 guards spread around the perimeter. So they're going to attack it almost in a 1-3-1 set.
All tied up at 8. Raiders with the basketball. That's Hamlin with it in the corner. He gets it all the way out to Ewald. Swings it over to Froby. Froby dribbles back to Ewald. Ewald for a 3 off the front of the rim. No good. There's Singleton for the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, it's been offensive rebounds, and that's the guy that's been doing a lot of it for the Railers lately. Scott has been Singleton. There it goes. Nice little duck in by Dillon. He doesn't give up on it and just goes in and gets a layup.
Railers up by 2. They're going to get a foul. Gonna call it on.
I think it was on Froby.
Froby. His first, team first. So the Lions to inbound on their own baseline. Railers up by 2. 2:52 to go. Lanphier gets it in. That's Rose over to Snodgrass. Gets it back to Rose. Now back to Snodgrass. Snodgrass for a three off the rim.
Yeah,
up over the backboard, out of bounds. Lincoln basketball.
Yeah, 32 checked in for Lanphier. KJ Debrick, 6'7" sophomore. Carl Wright took a quick rest, and he didn't like it because he went all the way down to the end of the bench.
Raylers swinging around. That's Ewald. Now Froby in the corner for a three off the rim. No good. Still can't find that three-point shot tonight, Josh.
Yeah, and that's been the struggle as of late, Scott, is a couple Railers finding a way to get a couple of
over the back, no call. As the Railers come out of there with it, Debrick went over the back of Hamlin, which is, really hard to do, but no foul. But Railers with the basketball up by 2 with 2:05 to go in the first. Singleton with it up top. He's guarded by Banks. Now over to Froby. Up to top to Whiteman.
Yeah,
now to Singleton.
Almost a switching man-to-man here.
Singleton spins right, now pulls it back out.
We got to find a way to get Jermaine on the block. He's got a sophomore against him, Scott.
Jermaine spins, gets to the rim, up and good. Nice soft touch by Hamlin as he lays it up and in. The Raiders up by 4 with 1:36 to go in the first.
Yeah, no chance the sophomore's going to handle Jermaine underneath. Maybe Carl Wright's going to be able to do it for him, but while he's on the bench, the Railers have to take advantage of that.
Oh, man, they're going to get a foul on Whiteman as he cut off the baseline. And pretty good there.
Yeah, and he was sliding his feet and was in front, and maybe the fallback tempted the ref to call that the first team foul on Whiteman now, second on the Railers.
Bollinger checks in for Whiteman. As the Lions get it in, that's Snodgrass. He gets it over to Debrick. Now Hemingway to Rose. Try to get it down. They're going to get Hamlin with a reach. So Hamlin picks up his first, team third.
A couple quick ones by the Railers too. One on Whiteman and now one on Jermaine. So definitely Jermaine, a guy you can't go without against these Lions.
Railers up by 4, 1:15 to go in the first. Snodgrass gets it down low to Banks. He'll pull up for a jumper. Got it. Banks for a nice little jumper to pull Lions within 2, 55 to go in the first.
Yeah, and he's got a little bit of mid-range game in his arsenal there.
Ooh, a steal by Rose. Up and good. Rose gets the steal and ties it up at 12. 43 to go, 43 seconds in the first quarter. Raiders with the basketball, all tied up. They'll get it across. Froby to Hollinger, now back to Froby, over to Ewald. He's going to take a three off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Banks for the Lions. 25 seconds to go, and the first quarter all tied up at 12.
Yeah, not a made three yet for the Railers. Scott 0 of 4, 0 of 5 now for the Railers from 3.
Nine seconds. There's Snodgrass in the corner for a three. Got it. Snodgrass hits a three to close out the first, and the Lions have a 3-point lead, 15-12 at the end of 1. We take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have second quarter action. Don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer basketball on W. Welcome back to Clinton High School as the Railers and the Lions meet up in this regional action. The Lions with the three-point advantage going into the second with the basketball.
Yeah, 7-0 run by the Lions to close out the first quarter, and that's been a concern now, that a game of runs, and the Railers have to get an answer here.
Try to get it to the basket, no good. Railers come out of there with it. Down by 3 with the ball. Singleton up top, gets it over to Ewald. Now back to Singleton. To Trilby.
Yeah, I'd like to see if we can get another lob play to somewhere to Jermaine.
There it is right there, a little too short. As Whiteman left it a little short for Hamlin. Now here comes Lanphier. Banks up and good. Count the basket, and he'll go to the line for one shot.
Yeah, and the Lions get on the break, and they've been able to score when they've gotten them able to push the basketball, and almost a long rebound there on the last possession, kicked out to went over Ewald's head, and then the Lions got it, and almost every time they've gotten on the break, they've been able to make something good happen.
Free throws no good from Banks. That's stolen away. And Lanphier stole it away as Lincoln tried to get out of there. Now there's going to be a foul on Ewald, his first.
Yeah, secured the rebound, but then the Lions slapped it away from behind, and right now the Railers just not as aggressive as the Lions are to the basketball.
Banks to inbound, gets it to Hemingway. He'll spin back around, kick it back out to number 20. Railers down by 5, 6:50 to go in the second.
The Lions have been really, really patient here on offense.
There's a drive by
Rose. And Rose traveled before he got it, though. But again, now the Lions going to bring in 2 more. Call right will check in, and number 1, Mekhi Phillips, will come in as well. So a couple fresh bodies for the Lions, who have been able to really kind of disrupt the Railers on offense on our end with this matchup zone that I'm sure they were well aware of, but right now Railers unable to find a clear opening, and when you don't make shots, it becomes even tougher.
Ewald to the basket, kicks it to Singleton. He'll go up, a little short, no good. Rebound comes down to DeBrick, but stolen by Hamlin. Singleton up, and he's going to be called with a charge. And you're going to say number 20, Price, took the charge.
Yeah.
Didn't look like to me like he was even set.
Well, it looked like he was falling back before he had a chance to. That's the first on Singleton now on a loose ball, and Jermaine came up with a loose ball as Lanphier was trying to save it, and then tapped it over to Singleton. Singleton with aggressive drive, and I thought he was leaning back one and really too far underneath the hoop to take that charge.
Raiders down by 5, 6:18 to go in the first half. Lions with the basketball. Stolen away by Singleton. He'll push. He'll pull for a jumper. Got it.
Nice. Yeah, you can tell Singleton, we're really aggressive, Scott. He's been aggressive on the defense as always. And then the sophomore really looking to score when he gets a transition opportunity.
Lions with the basketball. Railers cut the lead down to 3. 5:50 to go in the first half. That's Banks. He'll pull it back out. Over to Price, or Phillips, sorry. Now to Price, over to Banks on the wing.
Yeah, 2 big boys in now for Lanphier. In 32 is Debrick, and also they've got Carl Wright, so they're going 6'7", 6'7" underneath against the Railers with Jermaine.
And Coach Turner's going to want a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:28 to go in the first half. It's the Lions 17, your Railers 14. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Tonight's live streaming video is provided by Lincoln Heating and Cooling, located at 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Your home to Carrier, turn to the experts. Emergency service 24/7. Phone 217-735-5835. A big thanks to Marion Goff and the gang at Lincoln Heating and Cooling.
Yeah, I got a couple people sitting at home. Morgan and Griffin are checking out the game at home on the YouTube stream, so we're happy to bring that. I'm sure as well as a lot of Railer fans that didn't make it over to Clinton are checking that out, and guys will hopefully be back here Friday.
There's a steal by the Railers as Singleton looks to push. Now he'll pull it back out, get it to Funk. Funk will swing it around to Hollinger. Now to Froby. Froby on the wing will dribble left, get it down low to Hamlin. He's guarded by Wright. Hamlin up strong. He's going to be fouled by Wright. And is that his second?
Yeah, should be on Wright, and that should be his second foul.
Oh, they're going to get it on number 2. On Snodgrass. That's his first. Team third.
They got a gift there.
Hamlin to the line, shooting 2. First one's up and good.
Yeah, nice free throw release there by Jermaine with the first one to go. Nice high arc, and you got to get some arch on the shot here at Clinton with some tight rims, I think, here, and hopefully we can get the tightness out of them real quick, Scott, because so far the Railers yet to knock down a 3. 0 of 5 from the three-point line, and you're going to have to make some threes to beat this matchup zone by Lanphier.
Hamlin misses a second free throw. 4:58 to go in the first half. It's the Lions 17, the Railers 15. Lions with the basketball.
Really patient here by Lanphier.
There's a 3 by Banks. Got it. As nobody came out to get him, and Banks hits a 3 to extend the lead to 5 with 4:40 to go in the first half.
Freshman with 9 already, averaging 10 on the season, and he's off to a good start. The Railers have got to get him. We got to find a way to get the ball in the middle. Look how open that free throw line is, Scott. There
Singleton dribbles up and blocked by Banks. The freshman. Lions look to push. Rose to Hemingway, now back to Rose. Gets it to Wright, he'll dribble in, kick it to Banks, but it's going to be out of bounds as he tried to get it to Banks in the corner, be Railer basketball. 4:13 to go in the first half. Railers down by 5 with the ball. Hollinger gets it into Funk. All the way across to Singleton, now to Hollinger.
Now we got Froby in the middle, and then comes sideline here, and we've got to find a way to get somebody in the middle of that zone because it's wide open. We're staying around the perimeter, and we've got to get Hollinger or somebody with some length in there to attack.
As Singleton gets to the free throw line, nothing there. Kick it back out to Funk. Now Funk up top to Singleton. Singleton dribbles, now Funk. He's going to pull up, nothing there. Raiders work it around. Now they get it to Singleton. Over to Hollinger. Hollinger pulls up for a 3. Got it!
Yeah.
Hollinger hits a 3.
And we've seen that in all year in the sophomore game. Scott Hollinger knocking down threes from the corner. And that time when Dylan caught it in the middle, he didn't stand and watch. And a long throw by Lanphier saved it in bounds, and now we're going to have a layup, hopefully.
Froby up off the backboard and good. All tied up at 20 as Hollinger was able to hit a 3 earlier. And that is a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. And almost another steal. Now Wright has it. He's going to go up. And they're going to get a foul.
I think if you can get Carl Wright out from the basket that far and let him drive, he's out of control, Scott. If you can have somebody to sit in there and take a charge, you could pick up Carl Wright's second foul very easily. Dylan reached in there early, but I think it was coming where if we had somebody to set up a charge, would have been there.
Singleton picks up his second foul, 7th team foul, Wright to the line. This is the first free throw, which is the front of the 1-and-1. Railers with the basketball, all tied up at 20. Maybe Hollinger's three-pointer get these Railers going.
Yeah, we need to go on that run. Got to cut middle here.
Funk has it.
Too much pressure up top. And
swing it around. That's Hollinger. He's going to drive up off the backboard, blocked by Wright. Hamlin tried to grab it, couldn't. Lions come out of there with it.
Yeah, Wright has been a shot-blocking specialist for a long time at Lanphier. And the Railers, all they got to do now is get in there and get off 2 feet and give him one head fake.
Snodgrass for a 3. Got it.
You could draw that foul and get up into him.
Snodgrass with his second three-pointer of the night. He's got 6. Railers down by 3. 2:25 to go in the first half. Funk over to Froby. Down the corner to Hollinger to get it down low to Hamlin. He'll spin up and good.
Yeah, we got to keep going to him, Scott. Almost every time Jermaine has been able to touch the ball, he's scored, and we're just not getting the ball enough. The Railers, there's so much pressure out on the top. The Railer guards have got to find a way to get to Jermaine. Jermaine's got to post a little bit harder.
Snodgrass gets to the rim, no good. There's a rebound by Banks as he puts it back up, and good. And the Lions back up by 3, 1:55 to go. All the way up to Ewald. He'll dribble left. And they're going to get Banks with a foul.
His second, I believe.
That's his second, team fourth.
Yeah, next foul on the Railers. The Lions will be shooting a 1 in bonus.
14 fouls for the Lions. Railers to inbound. Froby gets it to Funk. Now back to Froby. Hollinger with it in the corner. Tapped out of bounds off of Hemingway. Just stay with the Railers.
Yeah, and right now I don't know who decide with Singleton's not in there. Who's going to attack that free throw line? Scott, who's going to set up in the free throw line area?
Try to get it into Hamlin. He couldn't grab it. Rose to right. He loses control. Hollinger grabs it. He'll be fouled.
Well, they're calling it tight. I think that was on Snodgrass. After Hollinger had secured the steal, Snodgrass went up and lightly hit his arm. I don't know that was, man, this is going to be called tightly, and maybe that's the way the officials don't want this to get out of hand.
Hollinger gets it up to Funk. Watch out for the double team. He spins, gets it to Hamlin. He goes up, slams it home. The Railers pull within 1 of the Lions as Hamlin with the slam. Got to stop a play for some reason.
Well, Snodgrass pushed Jermaine in the back after he dunked it, and I thought the official was right there looking at it and not really a comment or anything to him, so you have to take a look at that. You can watch that on your replay. Hit the rewind on your YouTube.
Railers down by 1, 1:10 to go in the first half. Hemingway, he pulls up for a 3 off the rim, no good. There's Hollinger.
That's his third.
The rebound, and Banks just picked up his third, trying to go over the back of Hollinger.
Yeah, now 16 fouls by Lanphier, so the next one the Railers.
That's only showing his second.
Only showing. I thought he had one early.
I did too. So that is Banks' second foul, team 6. So both teams will be in the bonus on the next foul. Raiders down by 1, 1 minute on the clock. In this first half action of regional play here in Clinton, Illinois. Raiders with the basketball. Hollinger to Froby up top.
Yeah, see if the Raiders will hold for 1 here. A long time to hold against this somewhat pressured matchup zone offense, but maybe look for Coach to get Hollinger another shot in the corner.
Froby with it. He'll pull it back out. Give it to Funk up top. Over to Ewald. 28 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Ewald has it now all the way over to Froby. Back to Ewald. 20. Back to Froby. Little catch up top between Ewald and Froby, trying to eat some time. Coach out wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
Yeah, 25-24. The Railers are down 1 with 16.5 left here in the first half.
Once again, tonight's live stream on YouTube is brought to you by Lincoln Heating and Cooling, located at 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. It's your home to Carrier. Turn to the experts. Emergency service 24/7. You can phone 217-735-5835. Once again, a big thanks to Marion Goff and the gang at Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Josh, and a service that we've provided free all year.
Yeah.
But once you get into regional play, the IHSA,
really,
they start charging a fee. So,
I'll be darned. Didn't know that. Of course, they need some money.
Yeah, we got to get their hands in there.
The $5 to get in wasn't enough.
So that's why we have a sponsor now. So thanks to them.
Yeah,
for allowing us.
There's a lot of people checking in on that service.
12 seconds to go in the first half. The Raiders with the basketball, down by 1.
Singleton checked in for.
Singleton pulls up, little double clutch, short. As the Lions throw a full quarter, no good, and that's how the first half will end, Josh, with the Lanphier Lions 25 and the Lincoln Railers 24. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll have your Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show, so don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Back here from Clinton High School, the 2019 IHSA Class 3A Boys Regional, where the Railers right now down 25-24 here at halftime. Let's run through the scoring first for the Lions from Lanphier. They are led by their freshman, 6'3" freshman Ty Banks. He has 11 points, but more importantly, he's got 2 fouls. Had to sit a little bit of that second quarter. He's not missed a shot tonight. 5 of 5 from the field. 1 of 1 from the 3-point line. He's also got 6 rebounds. So definite force so far for the Lions. Snodgrass got 2 threes. He's got 6 points, 4 for Carl Wright, 2 apiece for Makai Rose and Larry Hemingway for the 25 for the Lions. The Railers are led by Jermaine Hamlin. Jermaine's got 9 points. He's 4 of 4 from the field, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 points for Dylan Singleton, 4 for Caden Froby, and 3 apiece for Will Ewald and Landon Hollinger. Landon Hollinger with the only 3 for the Railers. The Railers 1 of 6 from the 3-point line so far here tonight. 25-24, 6 minutes and 35 seconds left here in halftime. We're going to send it back to the studio. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Plug that in.
Sunshine.
Back here from Clinton High School in the 2019 Class 3A Boys IHSA Regional. Scott Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby. Going through the stats here. First for the Lions from Lanphier. They shoot 11 of 18 from the field for 61%. They were 3 of 7 from three-point land. Did not make a free throw. 0 of 2. They've got 12 rebounds, 3 of them offensive, 3 assists on 1 steal, and 10 turnovers for the Lions with 1 block shot. The Railers, not bad from the field as well. 10 of 23, but not good from the three-point line. 1 of 6, 3 of 5 from the free throw line for 60%. And 10 rebounds, 4 of them offensive. A couple of those with Froby and Dillon keeping the possession alive. 3 assists for the Railers, 7 steals with 4 turnovers. So, again, the Railers have done a good job defensively. We get 25 points, but we've been able to turn over Lanphier a little too much probably for the Lions' liking. But then again, the Railers have not been able to get out on the Lions a little bit, and then Ty Banks has been the stud for Lanphier so far. He's got 11.
Hey, Josh, we got a halftime guest with us here this evening. We got Terry, the Candyman, Fergie Ferguson.
Hey, how you doing, Scott?
Terry, you've been a basketball fan for years and years, and I know you used to follow the Railers when we were back in the Central State 8 when they played Lanphier and even some of the other Springfield schools. Now you follow Lanphier just because your kids went to school there, and you followed Coach Al over the years. And
yeah, it's been.
Are you guys missing that Lincoln rivalry in the Central State 8?
Every year, it always seems like it's a good game between these two. I mean, it's always close, and it pretty much goes to the wire. And yeah, I enjoy it. It's worth your money. Everybody should always come to every one of these games and not miss one.
So you've been following Lanphier obviously for a long time. This is kind of one of their, we don't want to say weaker teams, but their record at 16 and 15 right now. I know they've had some injuries and just now getting back to full strength. But what can we expect from them in the second half?
Well, I guess if we stay out of foul trouble, and especially with Carl and Snodgrass, if they stay out of foul trouble, I think we should be okay. And I just think this could be a buzzer beater tonight.
You're calling a buzzer beater, huh?
Yes, sir.
You're pretty good down. Now, if there's a team up by 3 and down to 10 seconds, what's the rule of thumb?
Well, I'd let them bring the ball up to the half-court line, and then I would foul them and put them at the free throw line. Yes, I'd foul them and put them at the free throw line. I know they're not going to shoot no three-pointer on me.
I know we talk about that, and we see it all the time, and I know that's one of your just irritates you.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm hoping it comes down to that so I can look over there and see you.
Especially when they hit a three-pointer and tie it. That just drives me crazy. Hey, I'd like to say hi to a couple of my old buddies here tonight. I'd like to say hi to Brad Bryant. He's probably got the game on. And, and Brad Beggs down there in that beautiful city of Elkhart. So, I hope you guys got the game on. And anyway, you're missing a good one by not being here.
Yes, they are. But, Terry, we got to take another commercial break. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at work.
Okay.
We'll be calling off.
Have a good one.
All right. That's Terry the Candyman Ferguson. And we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back after these messages in about 30 seconds or so. This is Lincoln Raider Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick here with you in Clinton, Illinois, as we are set for second half of regional action here tonight between the Lincoln Railers and the Lanphier Lions. The Railers down by 1, but they will have the ball to start the second half, Josh. And what do we need to do here? I know we need to get the ball down low to Jermaine.
Yeah.
But we got to hit some outside shots.
You're right, and you got to think that they're going to start to go back on Jermaine a little bit more and double team him maybe, because the Railers have not shown that they're able to hit anything from the perimeter right now.
Railers with the basketball, down by 1. Froby over to Ewald. He'll dribble left, kick it in the corner to Whiteman. He'll pull it back out to Singleton. Now Froby trying to take a 3, but he's going to be bumped. And that foul is on number 20, Price. That is his first foul, team first.
Yeah, he'll quickly check out after a 21-second third quarter there. Not by foul trouble, but coach didn't like that defensive effort, so he will check out. And now the Lions is still back in that matchup zone, which is always a tough defense to figure out. Although we got to find the ball into Jermaine. He's guarded there by Carl Wright and wide open underneath.
Railers down by 1, trying to work it around. That's Singleton to Froby. And we got some battling down low between Wright and Hamlin.
Yeah, I think
they're going to get Hamlin with a push.
I think the ref saw him flail back, and absolutely Carl Wright acted on that one, and he didn't see anything but the action afterwards.
So that's Hamlin's second, team first for the Railers. Snodgrass double team, he gets it back. Now they get it down low to Wright, back up top to Snodgrass. He'll dribble right, pull for a jumper, lost it out of bounds, and they're going to say it's Lanphier ball, but nobody touched it besides Snodgrass.
No, I don't know. This guy's having a tough first couple calls because I think he was faked out by Carl Wright on that foul by Jermaine, and then there he lost track of the basketball, and as you said, Scott, I think Snodgrass just shot it badly and went way out of bounds.
Railers down by 1, 7:53 to go in the third. Hemingway back up top to Rose. Now they'll swing around to Snodgrass. He'll pull for a jumper. And it's good for Snodgrass. He's got 8. Railers down by 3 with the basketball. 6:38 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, Snodgrass looking real aggressive. He's a guy that averages 11 points on the season.
Hamlin kicks it up top to Ewald. Now they'll swing it to Froby on the wing. He'll dribble right, pull it back out, give it to Ewald. Now back to Froby up top to Whiteman. Singleton on the elbow, now back to Whiteman. He thinks about a 3, but now he'll be fouled by number 15. That is Rose. His second foul.
Well, a good thing is we can hopefully try to get the Lions over the foul limit, because right now the Railers are struggling to get a good shot off. Haven't gotten a real good shot off here in the the third quarter so far. And a lot of passing, a lot of dribbling. Good job by the Lanphier Lions so far of covering up our shooters. Yet to be able to. She's open.
Raiders down by 3 with the basketball. They're working it up top, swinging it around. Now Ewald has it on the wing. Gets it back up top to Froby. Over to Whiteman on this side of the court. Now they'll swing it around to Ewald.
Yeah, no penetration right now, Scott, and it's just passing around the perimeter. We've got to get Singleton or Froby, somebody to attack the basket.
Froby back to Ewald. Now they get it to Singleton. He turns around, nothing there. Now he'll pull it back out to Froby. Froby for a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound to Singleton. He's going to go up. And he's going to be fouled. The ball would not fall. Kind of just bounced on the back of the rim there. But it wouldn't go down. But Singleton will go to the line, shooting 2. Raiders down by 3.
Yeah, and again, Dylan with an offensive rebound, just kind of hanging around. And Scott, our offense does not look in motion at all against this matchup zone here, especially in the third quarter. We've gotten it to Dylan a few times with Dylan up with the free throw and misses the first one. We've gotten it to him a couple times, but then they brought Banks up to guard him. Right now, our Railer guards have got to penetrate. We've got to throw the ball to Jermaine. Jermaine's had several chances where he's been open. We can see it from here that we've got to get him the basketball. He's perfect from the field so far, and we just, it's one of those things where you got to feed the beast until they make something, a different change in their defense, and right now the Railers just aren't taking advantage of it.
Singleton makes the second free throw, cuts the lead down to 2 with 5:17 to go in the third. Lanphier with the basketball. Snodgrass to inbound on the sideline. He'll get it in to Rose. We'll pull it back out, guarded by Singleton. Over to Hemingway. Back to Rose. He'll dribble left. Now pull it back out. Now Lanphier being patient, trying to work something in.
Yeah, I don't think they know exactly what they want to do as well. So neither offense clicking too well here.
Wright tries to back down Hamlin, and they're going to get Hamlin with the foul, and they're going to call the shot good, which it was way before the shot. And this reffing crew right here is, I don't know what game they're watching, but it's not good.
No, I didn't think the foul on this end was a foul on Lane. I mean, this is really, really differently called than what we've had all season long, and it's hard for these guys to, and I'm not just saying it for our guys, it's been the other way as well.
And they don't even know who to call that off of. That was a flip the coin. It's going to be Rather basketball as Wright misses the free throw. Lanphier up by 4, but Hamlin picks up his third.
I think they want to call it tight, and then they don't want to call it too tight, and then they're struggling, as you said, to.
Kirby hammered by Wright. Kirby will go to the line shooting 2 as Wright picks up his second.
And I think, Scott, too, as the game goes and it's called like this, the Railers just have to be aggressive and go to the basket. It seems like any sort of contact, anything around the rim is going to be called. The Railers have got to take advantage of that, and we haven't so far. We've been passing around the perimeter without any aggressive moves to the hoop.
Kirby makes his first. 4:39 to go in the third. Raiders down by 3. Froby for his second free throw. Got it. Down by 2. 4:39 as DeBrick sets to check in.
Yeah, so they're going to go
Price.
big. Coach Turner wants to go big now. DeBrick in there at 6'7", sophomore. They've got Carl Wright in there as a 6'7" sophomore, so you can not worry as much about the three as they took one of their three-point shooters out, and they're going to look a little bit more inside.
Raiders down by 2. Hemingway down the corner. Now they'll get it to Wright. Dishes it to DeBrick, swatted away by Hamlin, but Snodgrass gets it. Shoots a 3, no good. Hamlin with the strong rebound, and they're going to get Wright with his third as he tries to get it from Hamlin. And that's what you want to see right there, Josh. A little over-aggressive by Wright. He picks up his third.
Yeah, I don't think he's terribly smart with the basketball sense. I mean, that's just not a very good. You know, you're fouling a guy that's 6'10", you know, whatever the court is, 94 feet or whatever it is, you know, a long way from the hoop, and to pick up your third. But one thing to note too, Scott, Jermaine has 3 as well.
Raiders with the basketball down by 2, 4:05 to go in the third. Ewald back to Singleton up top. He'll dribble right, get it to Hamlin, who kicks it back out to Singleton. Singleton pulls up from the elbow, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Brick as the Lions look to push. That's Hemingway, guarded by Singleton. Almost a steal, no. Now they'll get it across. Hemingway down in the corner to Snodgrass. He'll dribble left, kick it to Wright, which is off his leg, out of bounds. I think Wright was looking for the alley-oop, and Snodgrass was looking for the dish, and it's out of bounds off the Lions. Railer ball as they are down by 2 with 3:44 to go.
Yeah, and bad communication there. But again, Snodgrass went around Jermaine, and anytime he does that, you just you bite your tongue that Jermaine doesn't pick up a blocking foul.
Raiders down by 2 with the basketball. There's an alley-oop from Hamlin. Grabs it, slams it. It's tied up at 29 with 3:25 to go in the third.
Well, they just take advantage of DeBrick over there on that side now. Carl Wright out of the game, and the Railers have to take advantage of Jermaine inside.
Snodgrass dribbles through the pressure, gets it to Hemingway up top for a 3. He nails that as the Lions take a 3-point lead with 3:05 to go in the third.
Yeah, and that might just be the difference, Scott, is that three-point shooting. The Railers just unable to get a clean look right now and make one.
Roby dishes off to Singleton, back to Ewald. Ewald pulls up for a 3, off the rim, no good. Hamlin tries to grab it, but it's off of him, and it's going to be the Lions basketball with 2:51 to go in the third. Railers down by 3.
3 of 7 for the Lanphier Lions from 3. Actually, sorry, 4 of 8. The Railers 1 of 7 so far, and that's a big stat for a team that doesn't really count on threes a lot, but it's sure nice to have a couple when you've got Jermaine underneath. That allows the defense to open up a little bit and maybe a little easier to get Jermaine the ball underneath.
Banks checks in for Wright. who we haven't saw a whole lot of Banks this third quarter, which kind of surprises me, Josh.
Yeah, and we don't want to either.
Snodgrass over to Hemingway. Now they'll get it to Rose. He kicks it into Banks. Who going to get a block, a foul on Hamlin as it was looked like all ball to me as a late whistle. Now they're going to get Hamlin with his fourth. And that right there, Josh, that hurts.
Yeah, that was straight up, and ball went directly down, and this guy's had a bad night.
So Banks, he's going to go line to shoot 2. This is his first. So Hamlin's going to have a seat with 4 fouls as Postgame checks in for him. Banks, the second free throw, up and good. Lanphier up by 4, 2:17 to go. Kirby gets it over to Ewald. Now we're going to have some shooting from the outside because our inside game is now non-existent as Whiteman gets to the lane, pulls up for a jumper, and nails it, and the Railers are down by 4.
Well, and that's what's there, Scott. That middle is wide open for dribble penetration for our guards to get in there and make a basket.
Snodgrass up and no good. Rebound to Brick as he puts it back up. That's no good. He gets his rebound, goes back up and good as he just overpowered the Railers underneath. And the lead is back up to 4. As Kirby finishes.
Well, we're starting to move the basketball a little bit quicker. The guards are starting to penetrate the basket a little bit more, Scott. Now maybe since Jermaine's out of there, we don't have a low post presence.
3 from Snodgrass is no good. Rebound Postgame, got away with the travel.
Yeah, I would say so.
But we'll take it. We'll take that. Railers with the basketball, down by 2, 1:15 to go in the third. Hamlin on the bench with 4 fouls.
Well, it'd be nice to set up one of these shooters, Scott, and knock one down. These Railers have got to step up there with confidence and be ready to hit one.
58 on the clock. Railers down by 2 with the basketball. Whiteman back up top to Singleton. Over to Whiteman. Whiteman thinks about a 3. Now pulls up for a jumper. Got it. Just inside the 3-point line, and this ball game is tied up at 35 with 40 seconds to go in the third.
Big stop here.
Lions with the basketball. Hemingway gets it across, guarded by Ewald. Back up top to Rose. They'll hold for 1. 27 on the clock. All tied up at 35.
Right now they'll hold it out here, and there Coach Turner calls for 1. So, I think they've got to go to Snodgrass at this point. Scott, he's one of their main scorers, him or Banks.
They get it down to DeBrick. He puts it up and good. 4 seconds to go. Froby gets it down to 2. 1, pulls up for a 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. And at the end of 3, it's the Lions 37, the Railers 35. We'll take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have fourth quarter action. So don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick here with you in Clinton, Illinois. As it's coming down to the fourth quarter, the Railers down by 2. The winner advances to Friday night to take on the winner of Quincy Notre Dame and Taylorville Tornadoes, which will take place here tomorrow. And the loser goes home. They kick it all the way over to Snodgrass. He'll dribble. He'll pull up for a jumper. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Whiteman. Raiders with the basketball, down by 2.
Yeah, that's sloppy and first possession there for Lanphier. But, Scott, how long do you keep Jermaine out? That's going to be the question.
Well, I think as long as we can do something here and not get too big of a deficit, they can keep him on the bench. But you got to keep it close. And there's a turnover as Hemingway steals it. Anticipates the pass from Whiteman to Froby, and he lays it up and good. Now the Raiders down by 4, and that's what we do not need right there.
Yeah, too long of a pass.
Whiteman over to Froby. Froby a dribble. He'll pull up from the free throw line. Got it. And the foul on Rose. Froby will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
You know, interesting too. Postgame's out there and not Hollinger. Scott, Hollinger hit that 3 early in the second quarter, and Postgame out there probably for a little muscle, a little beef on the rebounding as when Jermaine is on the bench.
Froby's free throw is up and good to cut the lead to 1 with 7:03 to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, Froby's got 11 on the game, and we're going to need several more from our leading scorer.
There's a steal by Froby. He goes up. Foul. Count it. No shot. They're going to call it, but they call the one down here, but they don't call that one. Wow. But Froby will go. Well, he won't go to the line because he says he wasn't shooting. Lincoln crowd didn't like it, and I got to agree with them, Josh.
I don't think they're in the 1-and-1. That was the first foul, I think, on the half or the quarter, and they had 5 to start the quarter. But they're saying 1-and-1 now, and we'll take
7 on the board, Josh. So we'll take the 1-and-1 as Froby steps to the line. Rolls in and out, no good. Froby misses the free throw. Raiders down by 1. The Lions with the basketball. Good pressure by the Raiders. Lions get it across. That's Banks.
Yeah, and they've got Banks and DeBrick in there at 6'7" and 6'7". The Raiders really undersized without Jermaine.
Get it down low to DeBrick. He backs down. Whiteman up and good, and the foul. Count the bucket.
This guy's called every foul in the lane. If there's something around the basket, he has.
So the Raiders down by 3. DeBrick to the line. Count the basket. Missed the free throw. Raiders down by 3. 6:30 to go in the ball game. Hamlin still on the bench. He's got 4 fouls. Singleton walks it across. Gets it to Froby on the wing. He'll dribble, guarded by Wright. Kick it over to Postgate. Nothing there. Back up top to Ewald. They'll swing it around. That's Froby. He'll dribble. Kick it out to Whiteman for a 3. Got it! Cam Whiteman for a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer. And this ball game is tied.
Whiteman's been huge in this half, Scott.
There's alley-oop to White. Reverse slam is good. And Lanphier back up by 2.
Yeah, and it didn't take long. You get out of that trap, and then you got Carl Wright on the back side of that thing.
Whiteman to Singleton, over to Froby. Froby for a 3 in the corner. Off the backboard, no good. And we're going to get a foul on the Railers. Who's it on, Postgame? It is on Postgame, as he says he pushed him out of the lane.
Yeah, 5 team fouls on the Railers as they...
Railers down by 2. 5:45 to go in the ball game. Get it to Banks. Over to DeBrick. Up off the backboard and good. Lions up by 4. 5:30 to go. Raiders with the basketball. That's Singleton. He dribbles, pulls it back out. Now back to his left. Kicks it to Whiteman in the corner for a 3. Off the rim and off the backboard. Shooter's good. Got it. Shooter's touch. Coach Al wants a timeout. The Raiders down by 1 with 5:21 to go in the ball game.
Boy, what a huge second half Whiteman has had. Almost all the points for the Raiders has come his way. He's had a couple of 2-pointers and now 2 huge 3-pointers for the junior. So we found a hot hand. The Railers are going to try to go to him. But again, Scott, the way the refs are calling this tightly contested, we've got to get and make some contact going to the basket. We're in the bonus now with as good a free throw shooting team as we've got. We've got to force the action a little bit and hopefully get to the free throw line a little bit more.
5:21 to go in the ball game. Raiders down by 1. When can we expect Hamlin check back in? About the 4-minute mark?
Well, and right now it's been easy for Lanphier underneath. You know, they've gotten several baskets in a row. It's been Carl Wright with a dunk, and then they got DeBrick underneath there on some on a lay-in, which I don't think happens if Jermaine's in there. But you're right. I mean, I don't know. You don't want to put him in and then pick up one right away. But right now the Railers doing okay offensively. It's just if you can handle these two big guys underneath for Lanphier.
Hemingway dribbles in, up in there, kick it back out to Rose. Rose will pull it back out, now get it to Wright. Wright guarded by Whiteman, now to Hemingway. Hemingway pulls up for a 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound to DeBrick. As he backs in, little jump shot, rolls in.
Damn, he's
DeBrick.
Yeah,
muscling his way.
You're right, rebounding and then not looking to throw out at all. The sophomore with some offensive skill underneath there, and no hesitation by him in this big game.
Raiders down by 3 with the basketball. Whiteman with the hot hand right now. Be nice if we get Ewald going here. Froby dribbles up off the backboard, blocked by DeBrick. No call. As the Lions come out of it with it up by 3. 4:15 to go. That's Banks on the ground. Are you kidding me? This guy here is horrible. It's a loose ball. They're going to get Whiteman with the foul.
He came all the way from the other side of the court with two other officials right in front of him.
Now they don't even know how to substitute Hamlin in. You know, I'm frustrated up here, so I know the coaches have to be frustrated.
Yeah, and it looks like right now he's calling everything going Lanphier way. I mean, when you make a call in front of your buddies, it's kind of showing them up on one side. He came all the way from the other side of the court to call that. Normally doesn't happen.
On a loose ball like that, it doesn't, right. Josh, you're correct. Lanphier with the ball up by 3. Hemingway thinks about it to 3. Now takes it off the... Oh, not off of anything. It's stuck in the rim. It's going to be a jump ball.
Railers ball.
Railers down by 3. 3:57 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, I got to see if the Railers will go to Jermaine underneath.
Carl Wright, he's got 3 fouls. But more importantly, Hamlin has 4, so he's got to be a little less aggressive, Josh. Railers working around, down by 3. There's Hamlin up and good. Count the bucket. Hamlin will go to the line for the and 1. Down by 1. 3:38 to go.
Well, that's a big basket too, and I think we haven't done it a whole lot, but we got to go back to him. And again, Jermaine stepping up and making a big basket, steps up and misses the free throw.
No good. Railers still down by 1.
Yeah, Railers 7 of 12 from the free throw line here tonight.
Rose has it up top, guarded by Singleton. Now Hemingway cut off by Ewald. They'll get it back up top. Now they'll get it to Wright. He's stolen away by Ewald. Going to say he's out of bounds. Could have got Carl right there with the little charge.
Yeah,
he
just put his shoulder, his forearm right in the middle of his Cam's chest and sent him back. And I think that's a little bit of what Jermaine got on that 4th foul.
Very inconsistent, very frustrating as the Lions get it in all the way to the other side of the court. Hemingway guarded by Singleton. Over to Rose. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this regional game. Right. And they're going to get with the travel.
Well, the Railers,
was a good call?
I think so. I think he shuffled his feet before he got the move going. The Railers have asked for that. The Railer coaching staff has asked for that travel called all night, about one of the only times we've gotten it. So Railers got to take advantage here, Scott. The Railers down 1. A lot of time left.
Now to Froby, 2:45. Ewald, tried to get it to Whiteman. A low pass off of his foot, out of bounds. Unforced turnover.
Yeah, and the Railers get a break, and then they give it right back. And that's, in a game like this, it's
possession,
hard.
possession.
You're right, especially now, obviously, with 2:44 left here, and you get a stop on one end without a foul called, and you come down and turn it over. It's tough to come back.
Stolen away by Froby as he hit it out of Snodgrass's hands. Railers down by 1, 2:30 to go in the ball game. Railers with the basketball. Singleton over to Froby. Down to Hamlin. Hamlin spins to his left. Up and got the basket. Hamlin's fouled. He'll go to the line. Railers up by 1. With a chance to go up by 2, Hamlin to the line. 2:25 to go in the game.
Big time move by Jermaine, and he's starting to take advantage, and now the coach staff's got to realize and go right back to him every time here. We shouldn't do anything else, Scott, than throw it to Jermaine on this end.
Railers up by 2. 2:20 to go in this regional game. Winner moves on, loser goes home. Lions with the basketball. That's Rose. Over to Snodgrass, back to Rose. Over to Hemingway.
Need a turnover here, Scott. 19 fouls on Lanphier. The Railers will be in the double bonus if they can get to the free throw line. The next foul will be a bonus.
Off. Are they going to call? Yeah, they're going to call a push on Ewald. He pushed him. We'll let him have that one. That was a good call.
Yeah, and I think he was going after the ball. It looked like it was tipped on the pass out. And then, although I think he was falling out a little bit, and Will did give him a little bit of shove and kind of reacted a little bit more than it really was. But
so Rose is at the line for the bonus. The free throw's up, no good. Rebound, Froby. Gets it to Whiteman, over to Singleton as Lanphier looks to push. Singleton hit in the face, no call. Hamlin up to Whiteman.
Yeah, the pressure
dribbles right.
Pressure's going to pick up here, Scott, and
Singleton has to come out. He's got hit in the eye because of the foul that was not called. Oh, boy. So we got an official's timeout for an injured player.
Yeah, and now the thing is, we've got to take the ball out of bounds again. So you start to get the pressure from Lanphier, and now you've got to take it out, and now you're going to make coach use a timeout because of that.
Railers going to take a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 1:45 to go in the ball game. It's the Railers 49, the Lions 47. You're listening to Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick here in Clinton, Illinois, as the Railers have a 2-point advantage over the Lions in this regional matchup. Winner moves on to Friday, and the loser goes home, Josh. And minute 45 to go.
Well, Scott, we talked early on in the season, a little earlier in the season, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. The Railers hadn't had a lot of these games like this, close down the stretch, where you got to make some free throws, you got to take care of the ball, you got to get stops, you got to get rebounds. And those close wins, Coach Alexander may not have liked, or maybe did like them. Hopefully pays off here late in the regional, because you're definitely going to need it.
Railers with the basketball as they get it in. That's Singleton up top. Look for Lanphier to extend the pressure. Now Froby up off the backboard, no good. Hamlin's there for the putback, no good. Kicked out off of Lanphier. This should be Railer basketball. It is. Hamlin Could just not get that to fall.
Yeah, and Froby got blocked again by Carl Wright, who's just a swatting machine under there.
Head fake.
He's as quick off the floor as you'll see in high school basketball. And again, the Railers tried to get to the basketball, couldn't get it.
Going to stay with the Railers. Froby gets it into Singleton, who's guarded by Rose.
Oh, that lob play would work good about this time, Scott.
Singleton over to Whiteman. Snodgrass comes out to get him. Whiteman spins left, nothing there. Gets it to Singleton. 1:20 to go in the ball game. Railers with the ball. Hamlin back to Singleton.
Oh, that's not a guy you want, I don't think, with the ball at that point.
Get him down low. He's backing into right. He'll spin up. Foul on Wright. That's his. Is that his fifth?
Yeah, I think it's 5 on Carl Wright.
That is 5 on Wright.
They'll bring in the Brick to replace.
Wright doesn't like it. I love it.
Well, the thing is, you can foul him, but you got to make him now, Scotty. You get to the line. Good thing is the Railers are in the double bonus now with 10 team fouls on the Lions. So, Jermaine, you can congratulate the foul all you want, but the main thing is you got to put the free throws in.
First free throw up and good. Railers up by 3. 1:10 to go in the ball game. Carl Wright picks up his 5th foul, so he's done for the evening. Second free throw up and good from Hamlin.
Huge by Hamlin.
Clutch free throws. Railers up by 4.
Got to get a stop here in the rebound, Scott.
1 minute to go in this regional game. Hemingway to Rose. All the way in the corner. Stolen away by Hamlin. They try to get it to Snodgrass. He's going to have to.
Now he's going to call a jump ball to Big It. Watch this. It's going to be a jump ball. Yep. I told you. No foul, but a jump ball.
Snodgrass all over Hamlin.
Unbelievable.
Yep, they're going to get Snodgrass with the foul.
The other guy wanted a jump ball.
3 seconds to go. Snodgrass picks up his 4th. And Hamlin back to the line. And we are in double bonus, so we will have 2 free throws from here on out.
Yeah, and again, you got to knock them down here. Jermaine 2 of 2 the last trip, just a possession ago, and Jermaine to do it again, big boy.
Hamlin. Got it. Jermaine Hamlin. Clutch free throw. How many points he has? He's not even up there.
Jermaine's got 18 right now. Off.
Ooh, airballed it.
Try, let's get a stop and a rebound. Yeah.
Railers up by 5. 53.5 seconds to go.
Timeout, Lanphier.
And Lanphier wants a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take one as well. This is Lincoln Raider basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Clinton, Illinois, a regional matchup between the Railers and the Lions. The Railers with a 5-point lead with 53 seconds to go. Josh, it's been a good game.
Yeah, you're right.
It's been exciting, but what is Lanphier? They're going to try to get to the basket.
Oh, I would think so. They got plenty of time to not shoot threes right now, but you got to look out for Hemingway, who was 4 of 6 last night from 3. Snodgrass has made 2 of them tonight, and then they've also got the big boy inside, the Brick. He's on the eye. That's the first call that guy gave us all night.
You saw it from up here, Josh, so you
close.
got some eagle eyes
there. It was close.
Good
I was
call.
just begging it was. I don't know if I saw it, but it was close. I could tell that.
Railers basketball, they get it into Hamlin. He's going to be fouled by Snodgrass. That's his 5th. So there goes a 3-point danger there in Snodgrass.
Yeah, and that's that, that for him, a starter, a guy that's made a couple shots, not a smart play, I don't think. He had plenty of time. I mean, he didn't have to foul right away, especially if he had 4 to give him 5 now. So again, though, you can love the fouls, but the way you break this thing open and extend it is by getting stops on one end, which we did, and now you got to convert to free throws.
Hamlin will get 2. Railers up by 5. Got it.
Jermaine with 20.
And you got to give a lot of credit to Jermaine as he's working on his free throws all year.
Unbelievable. A guy that brings you home. You're right. A guy that brings you home in a regional game. Not sure we would have thought that, but he has so far.
Railers up by 6.
They're going to fire now.
Rose. Hemingway way deep. Push him out of there. Good job. Good defense. Tapped out of there off of Kirby, but good defense by the Railers to extend Lanphier out past the three-point line and to make it a tough shot.
Well, yeah, you're right. Not an easy 3. Don't give him a 3 on the line. Make him shoot a 3 that's 22 feet, and then again you got to secure that rebound and go get it.
Banks gets it in to Hemingway. That's Price for a deep 3 off the rim. No good. Rebound Kirby, and he gets it over to Whiteman. Whiteman's going to be fouled there by Hemingway. Railers up by 6. 23 seconds to go in the ball game, Josh.
Yeah, it's been a nice final 4 to 5 possessions here. We've been able to get stops. They've turned the ball over a few times. We've hit some free throws.
2 big ones here. Sent to a 3-possession game.
Yeah, you're right.
Or even 1. 1 free throw would be good. Got it. Cam Whiteman makes a free throw.
Well, it's been good free throws down the stretch, Scott. We weren't good up until midway through the 4th. I think at one time we were 7 of 12. Now the Railers
got it.
14 of 21.
Railers up by 8. 20 seconds to go. No fouls. The Brick throws up a 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Whiteman. He's going to be fouled by Hemingway. And the Railers, with some suspect reffing tonight, they're going to come out of here with a victory, Josh.
Well, they battled through it, and they didn't have a good game. It looked to me like they didn't know what to call. They didn't know if they wanted to let this be high school basketball, or were they going to let it be ticky-tack and get out of control. And it really took the flow of the game away, I thought. But you're right, the Railers battled through it. Wasn't our best. We didn't shoot the ball well, but man, Jermaine brought us home, Scott, and he's been able to do that a lot this year. Not knowing we would know or be saying that toward at the start of the season, but man, he was big down the stretch.
3 on the way, no good. Rebound to Brick. They'll chuck it in, and that's your ball game. The final score: your Railers 57. The Lanphier Lions 47. The Railers will move on to Friday night to play the winner of Taylorville and Quincy Notre Dame, which will take place here tomorrow, Josh, at 7 o'clock.
Well, and I guess if the seedings go, you should see Taylorville, but obviously this was a tough game for the Railers, and you can never know what can happen. You get 2 teams on a neutral court that, the rims are different than their home team, and Taylorville shoots the ball a lot from 3, and, we'll see what happens, but all we know is the Railers will be here Friday night, and so will we.
All right, your final, once again, the Railers 57, the Lanphier Lions 47. We're going to take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have post-game show, so don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
It'll be like another 20, 25 minutes or so. I don't have any money. I didn't bring any money. I'm sorry, guys.
Jovinator. Friday.
Yes.
If we win, if we lose, I'll be sad. If we win, Friday.
Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick, and Zach Lucan tonight here in Clinton, Illinois, as Zach was manning the YouTube tonight, so thanks to Zach. The Railers moving on as they beat the Lanphier Lions tonight.
57-47.
57-47. I guess they want us out of here. So the Railers moving on to Friday night, Josh, and they'll take on the winner of Taylorville and Quincy Notre Dame. You've got some final stats there for us?
Yeah, let's go through the scoring, Scott. First for Lanphier, Ty Banks had 11 at half and finished with 12. He led them. KJ Dibrick was really good off the bench for Lanphier. He finished with 10 points. They've also got 9 rebounds for Dibrick. 8 apiece for Jaden Snodgrass and Carl Wright. 7 for Larry Hemingway. And 2 points for Makai Rose for the 47 for Lanphier. The Railers were led tonight, and Jermaine brought us home. 20 points for Jermaine. And don't count out the third quarter and the start of that fourth that Cam Whiteman had. He had 14 points, but I don't remember how many Cam had at half. I want to say 4, maybe 6. I think 4. And he had some huge threes in that third quarter. Hit a couple of jump shots, I believe, down here from about 15, and he's what really kept us in the game. And then Jermaine was able to finish it off. Cam with some big free throws down the stretch as well. Cam had 14, 11 for Froby, 6 for Dylan Singleton, 3 for Will Ewald, and 3. Landon Hollinger stepped off the bench and hit that big 3 in the corner in the second quarter. Was big for the Railers. Every point was big, especially from the perimeter, because we didn't get a lot of them. The Railers end up with 57 on a W here on a Tuesday. As Scott said, we'll be back here Friday, a 7 o'clock game against either, what'd you say, Quincy Notre Dame, or how'd you like to have that trip? Quincy Notre Dame all the way over here to Clinton, Illinois for a 7 o'clock game against Taylorville tomorrow. So if you want to check out some good basketball, you can come over to Clinton. And then, of course, we want this place rocking Friday night from all Railer faithful. 20-minute ride, if that.
Railer Nation well represented tonight here in Clinton. A packed house, and let's fill it even more Friday as we will be taking on the winner, like you said, Josh, Taylorville and Quincy Notre Dame, which I guess if you have no plans on a Wednesday night, why not come over and scout that a little bit? And we know what Taylorville has. They have a lot of outside shooting, and I'm not really sure Quincy Notre Dame, but I know who will be here tomorrow night, and that's the coaches scouting that to see what they have. Speaking of coach, he's making his way up here now.
That was quick.
So we'll keep it here if you want to plug him in there, Josh.
Yeah.
That's right. Quick is the key word tonight.
You want to get home, I guess, on a Tuesday.
Everybody wants to get home. Coach, you can take a deep breath now. The buzzer is sound. The Railers come away with a 10-point victory. Good game throughout. Just couldn't get a flow on how this game was going to be called, Coach. I know you guys had to be. I was frustrated up here as well as Josh, and I know you guys had to be down there. 1 minute they're calling it close. Next minute they're letting you just beat the crap out of each other.
It's not this game. It's most high school games. I think the college game is called a lot closer than a high school game. You have to be, and I'm proud of our kids. They hung in there and they fought, and we had a period of about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes there with Jermaine on the bench, and I thought Drayden came in and gave us some muscle, came up with a rebound, and that's what you got to have. And our kids just done what they had to do. They didn't panic. they kept taking the lead on us. It just seems like we couldn't get over the hump. And then Jermaine came back in, and I thought he was unbelievable the last 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, he took us home, Coach, and then Cam with some big free throws. I'll tell you, that third quarter from Cam might have won the game for us because he hit those 2 threes. He hit a couple jump shots here. I think he had a streak of 6 or 8 by himself, and without those, Coach, we may not be as happy as we are right now.
Yeah, and he kept us in it. He kept us in it when Jermaine was out, and then Jermaine came in and finished it. But that's what a team's all about. And it's not, you don't win a ball game with one player. You don't lose a ball game with one player. There's not one certain play. It's a combination of the whole game, and our kids just stayed tight with it, and really proud of them. So I guess we live for another day.
Well, and we talked about it just a little bit ago, too. Down the stretch of the season, last 3 weeks, we had some games like this. Do you think in the long run that could have helped our composure a little bit out there?
It couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to be in games that are close like that. And our guys, they responded. The last 4 minutes, they were in the huddle, and you could see it that they weren't going to lose. So, hopefully they'll have that same look for 4 quarters Friday night.
Well, and we had Banks started off early for him, Coach, had 11 at half, and he finished with 12 tonight. Did a good job on him in the second half particularly, but then it was DeBrick that came in and just was really, really force and big and aggressive, and especially when Jermaine went out, he took care of the paint. That was the sophomore, the big kid.
Yeah, and he's going to be a good player too.
Yeah.
They got a lot of young talent sitting there, and they'll be a force to reckon with next year.
Well, Coach, not a good three-point shooting night again for us. We've been off a little bit here in the last couple of games, 3 of 12. Tonight, but it showed also, Coach, that we can go to Jermaine and we to not just pound it in, especially when we're not getting to the basket or not able to shoot it as well as we have from 3.
And it was discouraging when you're sitting there on the sideline and he's working and posting up and they call a foul on him.
Yeah.
And they go to the other end, they call a guy jumping into him, and I don't understand officials. I really lost at words on how they call a game. I know it's a hard job.
Yeah, it's not easy, but they had a bad game. They had a couple of them had a bad game tonight.
Well,
so we didn't shoot the ball well, and they didn't have.
It wasn't one way.
No, I think there were some calls on us that were on them that were absolutely not foul. In high school varsity basketball, some of those for Lanphier were not fouls as well.
Right.
Well, Coach, you said we get to move on, and I'm sure you'll be back here tomorrow night as Taylorville will be playing Quincy Notre Dame. We know what Taylorville's capable of. Do we know anything about Quincy Notre Dame and maybe what to expect out of that game tomorrow night?
I know nothing of Quincy Notre Dame. That's one team that we didn't because the IHSA, the way they set it up, a natural lineup for seeding would be 4-5, and in that case, they should have been down at Jerseyville, and one of those lower 3 seeds at Jerseyville should have been up here.
Or matter of fact, the travel is about an hour and a half less.
Radar. So we'll be here tomorrow night, and if we have to, we'll make trips, calls, whatever we need to get more information on them. We'll worry about that tomorrow night after the game.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up here tonight, and congratulations on the regional win. And like you said earlier, we get to move on, and we'll be back here Friday night as Railer Nation was well represented tonight here, Coach. A good crowd on hand, and hopefully Friday we can have even more.
Well, tonight was an exciting game.
Yeah.
Hopefully Friday nights won't be so exciting. Maybe we can
win by 30 would be good with me.
That would relieve a little pressure on my heart.
All right, Coach, thanks, and we will see you back here Friday night.
Okay.
That'll do it for us here in Clinton. Our next broadcast will be Friday at 7 o'clock as the Railers are on the road at Clinton to take on the winner of Taylorville and Quincy Notre Dame. Our pregame show will start at about 6:30. For station manager Jim Ash, studio producer director Paula Kodat, and Josh Komnick. This is Scott Kirby. Once again, the final score: Lincoln 57, Lanphier 47. The Railers now stand at 25-4. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and would like to thank our listeners for listening and our sponsors for sponsoring. This has been a production of WLCN Sports 96.3 FM. We ask you patronize our sponsors and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball. From Clinton, Illinois, good evening, everyone. It's time to send you back to the studio for the Classic Rock Experience starring Jeff Number 2 on the Nighttime Fix 96.